Good evening, and today I'm going to read first oral transmissions a bit, and then maybe we can talk about bodhicitta part.
大家晚上好。那首先一开始呢，仁波切说他要先传一些口传哈，然后口传完之后呢，可能就是讲一些这个菩提心的部分。
So I read this up to chapter 5, next chapter, verse number 5. So I'll start to read number 6. Semjen daba zunjo daba jiba da lamana daba yang da tan shia bara ja da tan shia bara ja da tan jiba zo de cheden tam jung jo na me do be ngo da jin jo be jiba ja gu sa jiba le sun jiba no de da ja jin yo to do ma do be zin jo gu ro de be na sa na ra zo ne daba jo jin na dang bo jian ro ren den ne zin jo de la jian be zhen ngo zhe ngo so so de jie zo la so so de jie zo la jin bo zo jie du ngai wen zhuo me la de du ngai ji ne du ngai wa du ngai du ju zhe ren zhuo de de ye de 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 zhi 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 de me sen de ji zhi ne kan ba den ne dong bo ge ba yin do le zhen be ro de ye de yin do la ba ni lo ma le ni da da be zhi zhi ta ne ba na ba shi ba zhe de le den ne ju zhe de de yang de zhen de jie ba zha be jin ju do da le di yi zhe na ma zha jian ba da kan de si ji sun zang do da jie zhen zhu zhe 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 ge de zhe zhe jian da ge gong de zhe la ba zhe de den de lo zhe de kan ge jie me zhang ye jie shen jie me gang ge ren jian da ge gong ge de jie ge be gang ge ta ma jie jie zhe ne ro de ne jiu de jie ba ta zhe na me zhe jin me shen ne jin ni me shen de jian ne jin pe ba ma bu ge ne be jia yin di jie wen de ne jie wa xin da zhe de ji ge xi be la ba yo su je se de de ma da ge da ma ba ba wa jiu ma ye zhe be ba ma ba be de be de xie be be de ge ma la su de bu zhe da de de da zhe de ba ge wa yin me so da bu zhe de ji ji ba la zong zhe be ne jiu yin de ge de da du xie zhen ju shen be sa de ge zhi ren le wu su jiu ge zhi ni yang yang de me la la ma zang de ma la da be jiu ga la ge la kan xi da ni ge xi zang ne de ma mo jiu ni ji de la bu zhe xi sa de be de ge de ma mo ni de ji de xie yuan zhe ne de le yin dong ne ba yin xiao ge ji bu de la ngong zhen xian bei jie a wa de zhe bei ye ji de zhi de jiu jie bei zhi de jin jie de ji bu de yin de ne zhe zhe gong de xiang zhe bei zhen ju sen mi jie jing de wa tang jue zhen ne zhang guo le zhe le zhe wei ne shen zhe wei de nian ne shen zhe wei xin de xin nian dan de 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 zhen ju da jie ba de me jiao da jie ba de me jiao da jie ba de me jiao zhe me zhe jie di dang jie bo jia zhe de la guo shen jie le zhe da jie shang ju de wa me zhe shen jue ji ju ne ji men mun da ne ba re ji前面人民为现在那么做的，明年做就到是的，那么都是那么的大概率的，他就是多的一直的，大家的每个人呢，没叫我，上就让给另外些人，那他就别说你，甚至当年那么虽然老百姓了嘞，那么做那么说老百姓了，估计这都那都就什么都没，当然连白白这边做讲做起做你用手做半九十，现在没些人就做你要做别九十上去的，我是不是的，其他的这边。家人那个朋友，第一个是到这才觉得这那边，这我现在边你什么都能看见，这我现在台湾了，我这就来电话见，因为就是这不是就总说差不多就在那边去，我觉得这不就来了没呢？现在嘛，这帮明白心，我现在我们就在那这就现在这不讲的，不是现在让他们讲白白热天白天搞这些，老早都这帮不就这做了了。送别人了来呢，没把看见说进来，人家给了些不是，那就现在知道，我觉得都在，现在不是这边是。那这位这把生命就这位这把生命就这位这把生命就是这生命就是，但是你们现在这么不是，现在跑着钱了，就到这这个到现在到这样子，到这开始消息是吧？但是你个帮忙就现在到这个到他关键这样的不就是说，他那那现在这样，那要怎么现在不就了跑着钱了说，我给我讲了是交完了就他出去，交完了就他出去，他往往给他你去。开始写了那个不定是就是咱们就根本碰个进来，咱们就根本碰不跟在进去。So up to 64, I read this, and from there onward, let's say for tomorrow, this more or less dealing with emptiness. So now. From now onward, from the from the verse number 5 up to verse number 46. This is connected with bodhicitta. And Great Master Atisha explained different way, explained the bodhicitta different aspects, various aspects.
那就是从第5颂开始到第46颂呢，就是属于这个菩提心的部分哈。然后阿底峡尊者呢，他就是用不同的这个层面、不同的观点呢，来诠释这个菩提心。
If I may give you very some kind of summary. First, he explained about making offerings, and then he talked about taking refugees, and then he talked about love and kindness toward sentient beings, and proper understanding of sufferings of the sentient beings. Because of this understanding, because of the understanding of suffering by the of the sentient beings, you need to convince them, generate the bodhicitta. And then he is explained about the way to receive bodhicitta vows. There are 2 kinds of bodhicitta, which is wishing bodhicitta and active bodhicitta, right? So in order to receive the vow of active bodhicitta, and practice bodhisattva deeds in order to increase your merit. How you receive bodhicitta vows from the so to say from the meditative object, instead of from your own guru. If you didn't find Lama in person, you are allowed to receive from the Buddha in your imagination or Buddha statue. And it is how it is important to avoid, not to avoid, but reject all the concepts of defilements toward all sentient beings. And you need to keep away from all negative thoughts, negative actions. And how important both accumulation of merit and accumulation of wisdom. And regarding generating the Shine practice, how it is important, Shine, in order to further practice of of wisdom or emptiness, how it is important to combine with method and wisdoms. All these subjects deal up to the verse number 46. These are the subject. So from this various subject, I'll try to pick up those which is very useful for our daily practice or for our practice, and it's also correct according to our time. First, in verse number 6, he mentioned about Lama, just name, and then later, from time to time, he mentioned also the name of a Lama, but not necessarily about Lama. Guru devotion, in the sense of Guru devotion in details. But I think I mentioned already earlier that I can find some more details in his own commentary to this root text. Guru devotion is one of the most important matter, and at the same time one of the most difficult subject. I don't think that we need discuss in the details, but however, to have proper guru is very, very important, and to have a proper guru is to find a proper guru is extremely difficult, because what kind of a guru that you are searching, right? Whether you are searching a teacher for, let's say, just a simple sutra, or you are trying to find a teacher special for the Bodhicitta, or special for emptiness, special for Tantra as well. So therefore it is necessary to fulfill all, or better to say, qualified, to find a qualified teacher each of these subjects. If I explain quite simple way, if I'm looking for a master for my Lamrim practice, then it's good enough to have a person who has really very good not only knowledge but in the practice about the Lamrim. It's not necessary to have good knowledge about the Tantra. But if I looking for Tantra master, he or she must be very fit in Tantra knowledge and very good in the practice as well. To find full qualified teacher is, as I mentioned, extremely difficult, and because one needs to have all qualification each of these subjects. So, however, at least as I mentioned right now, those person who has very good knowledge about whatever you are going to listen need to possess, and main thing is he or she must be very good human beings, very good-hearted, compassionate. So that means one teacher who feels always tired to give teachings or to give some advice or dharma, to avoid to talk with people and to spend time. If these so-called master or teacher who has not much interest to spend much time, this is not a good teacher. So teacher must need to spend time, very good, compassionate, and great interest to support, and then of course, good knowledge. These are the minimum qualification. If a Lama who has great interest in finances, this is not good at all. If someone, he or she, put number one in order to receive many offerings and whatever, this is great dangerous. Therefore, His Holiness Dalai Lama advises us always, especially for non-Tibetans, those who are interested in Buddhism, one need to get to know proper way. So let them explain about Dharma, sitting as a round table discussion, not great respect or whatever. Just sit down together and let them explain about Dharma. And listen about him or her, whether he or she has good reputation or not that good reputation. This needs to be also considered. And after some while, after some years or some time, if you're really convinced that he or she really has capacity or capable to be able to become teacher for my practice, so then you can gradually start to receive from him or her real teaching and start to have a disciple and become a connection of a disciple and master, right? And not right from the beginning. If someone comes who has great entourage or great reputation from the whatever, very high Lama or very learned or whatever, it doesn't say anything. This is more or less a Buddhist culture or respect, perspective, right? And some very high Lama can give extremely good teachings, very suitable. But some very simple Lama who never be away from many people, but he or she is very fit in Dharma practice and can give a very nice teaching. This also wonderful, become a wonderful teacher. But only by names, only by seeing very attractive from the various perspective, this is not the reason, this is not qualification of the Dharma teacher. We as potential student need to check our potential master very thoroughly, and potential master need also to check their potential students. So this is the most important. However, we as very ordinary person, as far as from my experience, it is rather safer to regard those teachers as really very, very important person for me, instead of thinking that he or she is or should be or must be as a real Buddha. This is a rather difficult matter. We Asian, generally speaking, very much devoted to the elderly, to the teacher, to your own parents, and so on and so forth. This is absolutely admirable things. And as far as Dharma teacher is concerned, to put more respect and just try to think as Buddha. This is actually, it's not a business of beginner Buddhist. Teacher as this real Buddha, to see real Buddha. This is some kind of tantric way of thinking and deal with Tantra practice. But even in Tantra practice, one need to also be discussed. One need to discuss very in detail. Just simple example. My friend and myself, two of us have two different teachers. And I received teaching from Lama A, and my friend received from Lama B. I never received teaching from Lama B, and I have no intention to receive from him, from Lama B, right? In that case, my friend says, oh, my Lama B is real Buddha. And I say, oh, he or she is not Buddha. So I can't say, yes, he thinks that Lama B is Buddha, therefore Lama B must be always Buddha to everyone. It's not correct. It's not possible. If it's so, there are so many Dharma teachers. All Dharma teachers must be Buddhas. And so this is a bit beyond the way of thinking, perfect, right? He thinks Lama B is Buddha. All right, if he can manage to think that way, because it's a benefit for him. The main thing, the reason why we have to respect so much, because it helps me, because it helps us as a student. That's the only reason. It's not discuss about whether he or she is real Buddha or not. We are not make judgment, but because of necessity for my own practice. In fact, he is really not Buddha at all. There's no sign of a Buddha, no sign of reach even Bodhisattva. But if I see him or her as real Buddha, it helps me increase my devotion and whatever, right? So therefore, it's very useful. This is just method. If you don't, you follow your master's advice, so you will get into hell or whatever. All these descriptions are just how should I say? It's no more up to date. Maybe it was very useful to teach this way in one or 2,000 years ago. But now the times changed, and the realities are different. So therefore, we need to step according to the time, according to need. Only through the pressures and threatening, we can't achieve Buddhahood. And Buddha Shakyamuni himself always express that we need to test, we need to make judgment by ourselves. The Buddhism is, maybe I can say, the most freedom. We have such a great freedom. There's no pressure from our Buddha. So therefore, it is we need to be ready to accept this freedom. But occasionally, some of very orthodox people who really want to believe and could to believe that I may go hell, it's most welcome to think about that if it's helpful. In fact, the main thing, one need to have benefit for ourselves. This is the main thing. We Asians have tendencies that we start very fast, too fast, to believe toward our guru and to accept as a guru. It's too fast. For the European or Westerners, have other way around. Even though received many teachings, even Tantra empowerment, but still many of them don't think that he or she is my guru. Until after quite a lot of time to receive the teachings and initiation, they just occasionally thinking and asking, for example, to me, whether it's possible to become me as his or her teacher. So theoretically, it has been happened since many years, theoretically, but they don't think that we have disciple and teacher relationship. It's just like participate as from the university teacher or whatever in the school or whatever, right? So they both have has difficulties. I know one monk who was passed away already, who was a member of a private monastery of Dalai Lama, and he told me he need to be more or less all the time be with Dalai Lama's religious ceremonies, right? Not only teaching, but other pujas as well. So he said, I don't regard Dalai Lama as my teacher. Although I said all the time in his teaching, but I regarded not his teacher, not his disciple. Because there's a great danger to make mistake by myself, because I'm so close to Dalai Lama, so therefore I can see his fault very easily. So in order to avoid this effect, so I'm not regarded him as my teacher, and I'm not his disciple. This is great. In our root text, verse number 7 and 8, they mentioned about offerings. So all in all, we can explain about 7 limbs. Am I right, Chenru? 7 limbs. 7 limbs. That's most common practice and most important practice. The 7 limbs are prostrations, making offerings, and confession, rejoice, asking for teaching, requesting for long life, and dedications. These are the 7 limbs. These 7 limbs are so far important because they are antidote of 7 different kinds of defilements. So number 1, prostrations against antidote of pride. Number 2, offerings against how do you say in English? Miserlessness? Miserlessness. Number 3, confession is against or antidote of 3 root poisons. And number 4, what was that? Rejoice, yes, rejoice of jealous. And number 5, ask for teaching is those bad deeds doing against of Dharma practice. Number 6, requesting for long life is against that one involved in bad karma in the connection of teacher, so which you disrespect and so on to the teacher. And the number 7, dedication is against for hatred. Atisha expressed of the good quality of making offerings. On top of that, he explained 7 kind of making offerings, but however we don't go further deeper. So all in all, that he is talking about, he is emphasized very much about accumulation of merit. There's one verse in order to receive bodhicitta. And in that verse says, first we need to take a refuge, then confess, and then rejoice, and after that, only after that we are taking bodhicitta vows, right? So that means in order to generate bodhicitta, it is really, it is extremely necessary to have a suitable mind in your thought. For the timing, we have unequal thought. So that means our mind is very much involved with either attachment or hatred or some other defilements. So therefore, our way of approach to the sentient beings are very unequal. So on that base, there's no possibility to generate bodhicitta. So therefore, first we need to meditate on equanimity. In order to achieve the equanimity, we need to practice this, for example, this 7 kind of 7 limbs practice, because these are antidote of different defilements. I would like to express at this time, making offering, generally speaking, we would understand that making offering to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and Sanghas and support monasteries or whatever, right? This is, of course, a wonderful thing. But at the same time, it's also same, how should I say, same qualities. Same quality. If we are supporting some medical projects and some projects which deal with very needed people, and old-age home, and support to the beggars, whatever. All these things are maybe, if I may say, I don't know whether it's correct or not, maybe it's sometimes more benefit than others. Let's say burning 1,000 lamps. This is fantastic. But maybe with this money, if you support a very needed person, it might be very useful, various aspects. However, at the end, it's up to your own, not only decision, but your own motivation, right? And we shouldn't accumulate bad deeds through the doing, make offerings. So that means one make great offerings, but at the same time one has very uncomfortable thoughts. So that will be this will not be good deeds, but it is sinful. Whatever we do, we should do according to our capacity. And we shouldn't force by ourselves or by others. This is most important, I think. I'll give an example by myself. If I visit, for instance, Mundgot or wherever, special Mundgot, those monasteries which I have a special contact or connections. Sometimes our precious monks are, how should I say, if I may say, they have some big mouth. And they're expecting it too big, too high. The one High Lama coming from the West. So they give us so much donations, serve us teas and bread and whatever, right? And this expectation is there. And if I would think, oh, I have a certain name, so therefore according to this position, I must serve them tea and pay every monk at least 100 rupees or whatever. And then maybe I need to serve them full lunch and breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And on top of that, I need some more money. So therefore, right from the beginning, I have no money in order to do these glamorous things, right? Although I'm coming from the West, but I was only university staff, which I can survive with my family. That's all. So therefore, I just thought, what should I do? I thought, whatever I do according to the Dharma, not worldly Dharma. So therefore, whatever they think, whatever they talk, let them think. So I go without hesitation, go there. If they serve me tea, lunch, invite lunch, all right, they can do. That's their decision. Right? That's their decision. Not because this very interesting lunch, very interesting, bring some fruits or tea or whatever. I don't attract them anymore. So let them bring. I'll get that. But I don't give them anything. If I feel sometimes I feel I can give this and that, then I'll do this. But not as compulsory. I never regard it as compulsory. So therefore, whenever I go to Mundgot, I feel very free. So now I think they're fed up with me and give up to help me anymore. So that's all right. So, however, this offering has many aspects. And so whatever we are doing, we should do it proper way, clean way, right? And through this action, through this act, only through this act we can accumulate merit. Making offering towards 3 jewels, towards for needed person or other sentient beings, we will be accumulated many merits. And then we will obtain really very reliable fundamental base in our mind, so we will be able to achieve bodhicitta more easier. From the verse number 10, 10 and 11, these are very important part of this of the generating bodhicitta. So I only need to refer to teaching from yesterday and before, and through the various practice that we must have reliable understanding of the sufferings, especially suffering of pervasive condition in my mind, our own mind. Now we need to change the position so that instead of thinking about all sufferings to me, thinking about all sentient beings. All sentient beings, same as me, that they are suffering through the various kind of sufferings. So therefore we need, or I need to rescue them from the samsara. Because of that, or in order to do so, I must achieve the Buddhahood. For the time being, I have great interest to do so, but I don't have any abilities, because all obstacles are still to be moved. So therefore, first I must go further. I must generate more and more in the bodhicitta aspect, and later, of course, emptiness, and then through this path, only through this two combination of bodhicitta and emptiness, I'll be able to reach the Buddhahood. In order to focusing of the suffering of sentient beings, we need to practice lojong. And we will talk about lojong later. So therefore we can go further from the verse number 12 and 12 to let's say 18. From 12 to 18, he expressed very much about the good qualities generating the bodhicitta. So if I make very short remarks, if we are focusing only to us individually, if I focus only on me, then it will generate so many problems, because in this moment I neglect all sentient beings. I don't care about benefit of all other sentient beings, or not even my good friends. But I always focus on me and my own business or my own benefit. I mean business benefit. So therefore, it will not functioning, and because of that, it caused me so much sufferings. I was talking about to open or to close. If I close between me and others, so then there's no space, there's no place in this environment or this boundary to include any others. Without having others, there's no possibility to achieve benefit or happiness, only from myself and for me. Because my benefit, my happiness is totally related by the others. If I really would like to have such a great boundless happiness, I must open toward to others. So if I open, there's no, I don't have any, I don't have to lose. So because of that, I'll be very open, and through this open position, everybody can come to me, and I can come to all these sentient beings or group of people. So we'll be joined together, work together, and experience together, and help to each other. So therefore the communication will be much closer, much will be very free. From 19 till 25 or 26, maybe 26, he explained about the way to receive bodhicitta vow. From 27th, from the 27th till various verses, he explained about again how you, or which way you need to remove all these mental obstacles which are defilements. And he explained it from 33, accumulation of merit and wisdom. So this goes up to the further down to 37. From the 38, he explained about shamatha and a combination of shamatha and vipassana. How far is it important, and the combination with wisdom and method, all this good, all this necessity and good qualities explained in detail. So, however, we need to understand the real need to generate the bodhicitta and how we accumulate merit in order to generate the bodhicitta, and how we increase bodhicitta through the good contacts according to bodhisattvas, and which are the obstacles, and how, on which way we need to overcome all these obstacles. So these are the subject of the last part of Lamrim. During the Atisha teaching, Atisha's composed this text in Tibet. He hasn't included, as usual, Lamrim texts such as precious human beings, impermanent, and so on. He is not included. So that means at that time, Tibetans doesn't have or don't have a problem without or less thinking about impermanence or whatever, but they have more problem with fighting with defilements. So this, because of that, so he expressed so much about the bodhicitta. And so in order to, okay, maybe that's much. At that time, Tibetans were too much focused on the Tantra practice, and not only interest in Tantra, but also wrong practice, wrong interpretation of Tantra, and misuse of Tantra. So therefore, in order to remove all these wrong perceptions, he emphasized very much about bodhicitta and emptiness, which are very fundamental practice for Tantra practice. So thank you very much. That's for today. And now if you have some questions. Yes, please read.
The question is, often we met good Dharma practitioner, especially in meditation. How do we know from his outlook or from his conversation that he had achieved which level of meditation? And or how do we analyze that in the course of his meditation practice and his daily behaviors that he had realized emptiness?
How do we analyze that in the course of meditation, in the course of his meditation practice, and what's the last mean?
In the course of his meditation.
What's it in the course?
I'm thinking maybe COURSE in the process. In the course, CAUSE. In the course of his meditation and daily.
In the process.
How do we analyze in his meditation and behavior that he had realized emptiness?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I presume this is, generally speaking, a bit too early to discuss this matter. Maybe it's not very similar, but if I give an example, if you are studying certain subject, right? How do you know whether he or she is past this subject? The answer is, if someone puts questions in that field, such as mathematics, so he or she will be ready to give a correct answer, then he or she is fit this subject. Likewise, if you realize the emptiness, then your view will be totally changed. That means, as I always talking about communication between subject and object. So this is our problem, right? We always need to communicate with the objects, but we always have wrong communications method. If I realize really emptiness, so this communication will be impure. Maybe I can also explain briefly. You have very clear mind. You have all sense of feelings, 100% there. That's the condition, precondition. On that basis, if you don't feel, if you don't involve in defilements, whenever you focusing to any object, so that means if you see any good position, good sceneries or whatever, beautiful things or whatever, you never attract it and never arise any attachment. Or you never be angry, you never be this other kind of defilements will be arise. So then maybe this will be a good sign to proper understanding. I don't talk about realization, but proper understanding, good understanding of emptiness. I would like to emphasize once again that we must have a clear mind. This is really important. So otherwise, if we are some kind of brain damaged or whatever, or we can't feel anything. So then it doesn't mean to a good feeling with emptiness, right? It's a mental defect. Yes, please.
Okay, the next question is, Dear Rinpoche, can we achieve enlightenment without engaging in deity yoga?
If you have time, yes. Okay, next.
Next question is, what is the difference between Wang and Jinang, empowerment and initiation?
Empowerment and initiation, these are English language problem. So what really understand, if you use these two words to an Englishman who don't have a Buddhist background, I don't know what they will understand, right? So therefore I don't bother about terminology, English terminology, but only Tibetan terminology. Wang means certain. There's several steps which need to be bestowed in order to put your disciple into the mandala. That means in order to put your disciple in the tantra. So this is the first step, get into tantra. This is certain, so to say, meditative ceremony, which way you put your disciple in the tantra. This is the one. More or less, if we make very simple way, entrance ceremony into the tantra. Jena is a shorter ceremony which you are allowed to give only those persons who are already entered into tantra. Without tantra practitioner, you are not allowed to give full aspect of jhana. But part of this jhana can also be bestowed. I don't want to make you confusion, so therefore we are not discussing today which way and which part of jhana should not to give those people who is not in tantra. Although I don't want to discuss about Brit or English terminology, but still, generally speaking, people using empowerment for Wang and initiation can be used for jhana. But whether it's correct or not, I don't know.
Do we have any more questions?
Thank you.
Can we take the internet as our guru?
No. Clear no. Because internet is not a person. Internet cannot, at least for the time being, cannot transmit it, spiritual power one by one, which we need to give, especially tantric teaching, right? From guru to disciple, from person to person. But actually, you can put better question instead of internet. So if you're talking about, if you ask me about, what about Skype? Right? And how about with the telephone? Through the telephone, whether you are allowed to receive empowerment through telephone or through Skype. So then, I don't know, we need to discuss furthermore. Especially if you're talking about receive or giving initiation or empowerment, one must need to be together in the meditation, right? Simultaneously meditation is necessary. Without having this, although you are sitting together, but only Lama meditate and do all this ceremony, but those people who are there didn't meditate, they wouldn't receive any empowerment.
Okay, the next question is, Dearest Rinpoche, I read somewhere that when a guru passes away, they have the ability to choose to be back to this world if it is beneficial to the beings. Where are they if they do not return to this world? This is the first question. Mm-hmm. The second question is, even if it benefits only a small group of beings, will the guru return? If we make continuous swift return prayers, will it help to meet the guru again soon?
This is quite deep matter. Number one, as I mentioned earlier, regarding the state of Lama's position, right? Just an example, one of my Lama is passed away. Where he will be, that's the question. That's the according to his ability, according to his position. I regard him as real Buddha, just example, right? But whether he has or he had opportunity to lead his future way by himself or not, this is the number one question. If yes, so then he will be anywhere, no problem, no matter. He can be in Pure Land, he can be somewhere else, wherever he feels